Big Love is the latest project from the incredibly talented Lee Anna Culp. Lee Anna has an innate ability for combining words with music and then delivering them purely and honestly. Jennifer Vickery caught up with her at a songwriter's night here in Nashville to see what she's all about.
Well, we are so excited to introduce you to Miss Lee Anna Culp, the newest artist on Platinum Planet Records. Congratulations on the album.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. This is the EP. It is titled Big Love, and her brand new single is called Carry Me Away. First of all, let's talk about the title. Is it one of the songs on the album?
Yeah, it is. It's a single, and it's kind of that love song, heartbreak, you know, the one that everyone can probably relate to at some point in their life, and just feeling like you want to be carried away from the situation completely. So it's near and dear to my heart for sure.
Yeah. Well, you are certainly a multi-talented girl. You play the guitar, the ukulele, the piano. The vocals are definitely there. Let's talk a little bit about the songwriting side of you, though. How has that experience been in the music that you record being your own?
Well, until I moved to Nashville about 3 years ago, I had never even heard of co-writing. So moving here was a new concept to sit down in a room with somebody and actually try to write a song forcefully rather than just organically and have it just kind of come from something that's going on in my own life. So it's been a growing experience for sure here in Nashville, but it still feels the best to sit down and have something that's inspired me and write about that, and that's what this EP really was. So the next one, it'll be very similar. I'd love to have it be something that I know I feel true and dear to me as a person. So
songs that you truly were inspired by an experience.
Right. Yeah, so I love the artist side and I love the writing side, so it just kind of goes together well. And the musical part has always been not as natural. I mean, it's natural for me to come up with melodies, but I'm not trained musically. I just love to create a melody, and it kind of just happens.
Somebody carry me away.
What about the performance aspect? Do you get a rush from that?
You know, I always get nervous, and people always ask if you get nervous, and I definitely do, but I think it's just a matter of waiting for people's responses at the end that I really enjoy, and not so much like actually sitting in front of people and having them stare at you and stare back at them, and you have to kind of find your niche for what feels right.
I'll never meet my prince if I'm so easily scared. When will my storybook begin? Once upon a time I didn't dream of a fairy tale.
When did you start guitar and all of that?
Yeah, my parents would definitely say that I've been singing my whole life. Maybe not always well as a child. There are tapes of me singing random tunes, making up jingles that don't make any sense, which hopefully no one ever hears. But I started writing and playing the keyboard when I was 11. So I dropped the keyboard completely and continued writing, and then when I was 16, I had a lot of knee surgeries, and my parents decided I needed a new hobby, so they got me a guitar.
Does that mean you were involved in sports beforehand?
Yeah, I was a soccer player.
Oh, okay.
So I started playing the guitar that year, and then that same year I played at my high school for like a talent show, and nobody knew that I played or sang, and then just continued doing it. It was kind of a rush that first time because it was in front of close to 400 people, and I don't even remember it. It was so nerve-wracking.
But that might be when you say maybe you got bit by the bug a little bit of the reaction to your music.
Yeah, it was exciting to have good feedback. So that's where it all began, really.
Yeah, and you're originally from Alabama, Hoover, right outside of Birmingham. What's the transition been like moving to Music City and kind of just going full steam ahead with this career?
It was scary. I mean, most of the people that I told that I wanted to move here for music, they were like, yeah, okay. You know, there's a lot of people doing that. And I know, I mean, the jobs that I was involved in and the major that I ended up with from school didn't really go together, and I wanted to at least try it while I could. And so, you know, moving here from Birmingham has been good for me. It was a really good change and a challenge for sure. So I like a challenge. I like sports. I'm competitive, so it's a good thing. And as long as you're positive with it and not trying to step on other people on the way up, then it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you almost have to have a competitive nature to be here because there's so many people out there pursuing music. So that sports and athletic side of you has probably paid off as well.
Yeah, I hope so, because I had enough knee surgeries to make it possibly negative. But yeah, I think it's paid off.
So tell me about this interest I hear about of writing for film. This is intriguing. How did that begin, and what progress have you made there?
Well, it's kind of started just in the last year and a half, the goal of writing for film, but I ended up having some success overseas with a few little placements here and there, and kind of realized that some of my songs were more commercial than I realized. So I've just kind of honed in on that and tried to focus on really making things more commercial, and it's been working well so far, so I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to hear the difference between Big Love and the next album that I'll come up with. And
are you already working on that?
Yep, already working on it.
But there was nothing you could say, there was nothing you could do when I stubbornly refused to see the truth. Can I take back that night? I was sure that I was right, but I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. It was more than a mistake.
Well, we are all out of time, but we don't want to leave you empty-handed. We have a couple of those EPs from Lee Anna Culp up for grabs this week. If you want a chance to win, you can get signed up only at InsideMusicRow.com. You can also watch each of our episodes online at Zeus.com/InsideMusicRow. We're going to leave you today with the latest from Tracy Lawrence. Here is Lie. Until next time, I'm Kelly Sutton for Inside Music Row. I'll see you again real soon.